Family-friendly Phillips. Welcome everyone. Clap it up, everybody. Family-friendly Phillips here.
And the companies that have pulled out, there's some pretty big spinners. We've got AT&T, Verizon, Johnson & Johnson, PepsiCo, Walmart, Starbucks.
Growing international boycott of YouTube and Google ads. We had news coming out of the UK that the British government, Toyota, McDonald's, hundreds of companies are pulling their ads. Now the newest and biggest set of news, and I feel like we predicted it on this show, is YouTube's response.
Hey guys, Alphanoy here with another Ramble video. I'm not doing gameplay, so the gameplay footage you see in the background is no relay. I just wanted to focus on this topic because, oh boy, YouTube, it's having a very big change, and as with all big changes, it starts a new era. So I've been on YouTube for a long time, so I've seen like the stages of YouTube. That's how things have changed and been altered to how the way it is now. But this change that's happening, you know, of how advertisers are leaving YouTube and causing a bit of a rift. YouTube is almost feeling like being on a national network and not just being a website anymore. It's like you're being overly controlled. When you're on TV, you can't say certain things or do certain things. You have to have a criteria. Like if you're a children's show, you must follow this criteria. Like you can't have too much violence, you can't have too much of this, too much of that, to criteria as a kid's show. If you're an adult, you must be on adult-only supported networks. Could that have that qualification? No, there's different guidelines and rules, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. With this new era YouTube is going through, that's what it seems to feel like. So if you had the follow-up of advertisers showing that, oh, if this kind of stuff is on YouTube, we're pulling away. This boycott happens and this hurts Google. You know, Google reacts in a way where it's a bit of a harsh, everybody's affected from one bad apple. I mean, this happens so many times. Like, let's go back. Like, when YouTube first started, you know, it was freelance. You know, you could do anything. No copyright strikes to worry about. Content ID, that didn't exist in 2007. No. We did not need such systems because everybody were just uploading videos because it was a video sharing website. That was the difference between then and now. YouTube is not video sharing anymore. YouTube is more corporate. But anyway, it became an issue, a heavy issue. And this was Google's first, when Google bought YouTube. And you know, companies, you know the deal with business, you know. So when people started uploading copyrighted content, the first stage was music. I don't know which one was first. I don't know if it was music or videos, but I'm just gonna say music first because I remember Warner Music Group, how they was in Viacom and how they was going to sue Google in court for their alleged copyrighted content and how they were allowing this stuff to be uploaded because these stuff is usually behind a paywall and now people can have access to this for free. That is totally not a very good deal. And Google was not going to accept that. A huge slap on the wrist from this case. So, introducing the Content ID, where many people hate it. And then of course, when people are uploading full movies, full TV shows, because this is how I found YouTube. I mean, I just typed in a TV show I haven't watched in years, because, you know, it's been all TV, they don't do reruns. Typed it on Google, and behold, it was on YouTube. Good quality, too. And that's when YouTube had to hunker down on those stuff, and Content ID got even more vigorous, more severe where it implemented the striking system, which we know good and well today. And that started that era of YouTube. And we go to the next era of YouTube, and that was when it was introducing ad revenue. Yes, if you were joining YouTube now, yes, there was a time on YouTube nobody made a penny. You just upload a video and you just hope you made people smile. That was the YouTube back then. But nope. YouTube is all about the money. YouTube back then, if you were, you already know. YouTube back then was not all about money because there was no such thing as networks and stuff. And networks back then weren't like networks of today. Networks back then were more like VIP access. If you had like a huge following, you was popular, and it was like an invitation more than an application sorts, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember you had to be invited to a network. It wasn't like the other way around. And that started this era of ad revenue. And, Google was loving it. They were enjoying it. That all of a sudden, pissing off people that had this VIP access. Until all of a sudden, Google was like, you know what? Ad revenue for everybody. Everybody can have ad revenue. You know what? Forget it. And we all know people were like, hey, I worked hard to get this partnership. Not everybody can get it. Come on, YouTube. I worked hard for this. Not any schmuck can get it. Why you're doing this to us? Google hates us. Anyway, so that started that era where monetization was for everybody. And then this new era was, MCNs. And boy, I was a victim of one of them by the time I'll get to that story. MCNs, where they had to, they can partner channel since you didn't have to depend on YouTube AdSense, because back then YouTube AdSense was like the big thing. Of course, now it's not because you have networks, full screen, Maker, all that stuff. Because, it's more reliable because, you can't depend YouTube for support. I mean, you have a video that's having issues. You think YouTube is going to respond to you in 24 hours with a reasonable response to get back to you in this day and age? Heck, no. Good luck with that. And by good luck, I mean good luck having a response that's not automated. These errors that YouTube is going through hasn't been such a big hindrance. But this one, I can take the limiting the copyrighted content. I can understand that, shutting down and that control. I can understand that because it's not content you made. But to have this new thing that's going on, where YouTube is now cracking down on content, it comes in the borderline of, do I have to be I can't be one of those 7 things you can't say on the airways anymore? The 7 words you can't say. I'm not going to say it. I've always been family friendly. It's not a problem for me. I've always been family friendly. I rarely curse in my videos. But it's for those YouTubers that do, because, cursing is a way to alleviate, It's hard to gather, or see this new implication because advertisers doing this boycott is you can see why Google reacted the way they did and why they want to crack down so hard. But they're cracking down hard where channels that they deem controversial, it's hurting them even harder because they may upload maybe one video on a controversial topic, but let's say it's just for awareness purposes, not in a way of bringing it into a negative light, but just an awareness. But of course, now you gotta censor yourself now. It's the censorship now. It's not because not my video is going to get demonetized. My channel status is going to be affected by it as well. And this worries me a little, just a little. This new era of YouTube, it's very worrisome because YouTube is no longer feeling like the video sharing website it used to be. It just feels like a corporate site now. Well, Alfie, duh, Google owns it. It's been corporate. What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, but you didn't have so much censorship. I mean, the only censorship that was on this site was, copyrighted content. But now you have to worry about the controversial because I don't know. It's hard to talk about it because the censorship is boggling to get to change the website that made YouTube because that's YouTube. People curse. They are vulgar. They are aggressive. And now you're saying, no, please tone that down a bit, sir. Please tone that down so our advertisers will love you more. I'm like, isn't that for TV? This is the internet, you know? There's lots of sketchy stuff on the internet, and there's advertisings there. Granted. Why on YouTube? Oh, because YouTube is the biggest platform, and that's where most of the audiences are. And it's just crazy about this censorship. Like, this censorship is no longer of the copyrighted content. It's more of the user content. And it's a bit shocker. I'm sorry this video is long. Please forgive me for that. Because you know what I mean, when I make my rambles, like I ramble, and I ramble like from the beginning to start like the cake and go to the end. And sometimes these rambles are unscripted. I mean, this is unscripted, but I still have like little notes of points that I should discuss, and I think I reached all of them. But it's just like, wow, this era of YouTube where the censorship is no longer about copyrighted, like related issue. It's a user issue now, where you can't be vulgar, you can't talk about controversial topics, you can't be trolling, or can't be like doing leafy type content. It's like so much censorship now. It's like it's not I mean, I don't have to worry about it because like this channel has never earned a penny. But for those channels that do, and they're hit very hard from this, let me just say, I hope you guys can make it through. Things work out. You know, like, you can outsource, like, go to Twitch. You know, Twitch is becoming a popular thing now. Or you go to your Patreon, your merch stuff. You know, outsource. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy about this censorship. It's crazy. Like, I did not know this censorship on YouTube is going to get this bad. I mean, I can understand the trolling and the harassment. Okay, I can get that. That's like cyberbullying levels. And, you know, there's some laws against that. Now you gotta be like,
Family friendly Felix.
Thanks, Felix. Now you gotta be like sort of that. That's like, okay, now we're reaching that kind of territory, and I'm not too sure how to accept this. At the end of the day, we don't sign the paychecks. The advertisers sign those paychecks, and if those paychecks stop coming in, Google retaliates. And when Google retaliates, they're like saying, okay, you want this paycheck, follow these new policies, and now you must submit to it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's just a ramble. It's just, you must abide these new terms. I mean, yes, there is guidelines that everybody must follow, but now that it's going to affect the way you earn money, and you know, when people do YouTube full time, that's a big, yeah. That's what said. This new era is really impactful because it affects people's daily lives. Well, let's just hope the YouTube apocalypse, as this became a new trend. Let's just hope this is not really the end, but hopefully a start to a new future. And this new era of YouTube will still continue on for the next 10 years. This is Alphanor. Have a blast, have fun, as always, stay cool. Thanks for watching.